Grace Whitman was known in Willow Creek as the woman who never smiled. Her bakery made the best sourdough in 3 counties, and her cinnamon rolls were heavenly. But people came for the bread and left with heavy hearts, always sensing something sorrowful in her eyes. Years ago, Grace had lost her daughter Debbie in a tragic accident. Debbie had been riding with her best friend Jacob when the car they were in veered off the road and into the river. Debbie didn't survive, but Jacob did. Though the police said it was an unavoidable accident, rain-slicked roads and a deer darting across their path, Grace never forgave Jacob. She never said it out loud, but her cold silences whenever he passed in town told the whole story. One day, the new pastor, Lily Morales, visited Grace's bakery. "You should come to our church retreat," Pastor Lily said gently while stirring her tea. "It's this weekend up at Echo Falls." Grace, she scoffed. "Retreats are for people who have nothing better to do." Pastor Lily smiled at her, or for those carrying something too heavy. That night, Grace couldn't sleep. Her dreams were filled with Debbie's laughter, Jacob's face, and that roaring river. To her surprise, Grace actually packed a bag and drove to the retreat. On the second day, Pastor Lily took the group to a winding river nearby and handed each person a stone. Pastor Lily told them, "This stone represents what you're still holding on to. And when you're ready, let it go into the river. And as it sinks, let God take it." Grace's hand closed around that cold stone, heavy just like her heart. She walked over to the edge, but couldn't release the stone. And that's when she heard a voice from behind. "Grace." She turned, and it was Jacob. "I didn't know you'd be here," she said with her voice trembling. "I didn't come for the retreat," he said softly. "I come here every year on this day. It's the day Debbie died." Grace's breath caught. "Why?" "Well, I promised her I'd take care of you if anything ever happened, but I couldn't even protect her." Tears welled up in his eyes. "I was going to propose to your daughter," he whispered. Grace, she stepped back, stunned. She had never suspected that. Jacob looked over at the river. "She told me the week before that she wanted us to tell you after graduation. She was actually scared of what you might think." The weight of 1,000 regrets came crushing down on Grace in that moment. That night, Grace sat by the river alone, the stone still in her pocket. She thought of all the moments she'd refused Jacob a smile, all the times she imagined he had stolen Debbie from her, when in truth, he had actually loved her too. Suddenly, a memory surfaced. Debbie's laugh on her 12th birthday, running across the field, tripping, and Jacob catching her. "He's my hero, Mommy," Debbie had once said. Grace pulled out the stone. "I thought I was punishing you, Jacob," she whispered to the wind, "but I was actually punishing myself." She threw the stone, but it didn't skip. To her surprise, it shattered. The sound echoed like a final breath. The following morning, Pastor Lily handed Grace a letter. This letter came late last night, delivered by Jacob. He left early and said he didn't need to stay now. Grace gently unfolded the note, and here's what it read. "Dear Grace, I needed to say goodbye to Debbie and to you. I've asked God every day for forgiveness, but I never stopped hoping you'd find peace also. I'm leaving Willow Creek. I got a job offer in Maine working with troubled youth. I think Debbie would have liked that. I think she'd want you to smile again. And if you ever do, think of her." In that moment, tears flooded onto the letter. For the first time in years, Grace smiled. 2 months later, Grace actually started a new ministry, Riverstone, a support group for those struggling with grief and unforgiveness. At their very first meeting, she told the story of her daughter Debbie and Jacob and the stone that had shattered. "Here I thought I was protecting my pain by holding on to it," she said. "But unforgiveness doesn't protect. It poisons. The enemy wants you to believe that forgiveness is weakness, but it's not. It's power. It's freedom." She held up that smooth stone. Forgiveness is letting God carry what you were never meant to hold. That night, stones filled the river like prayers, and Grace was able to smile once again.